Hi guys. Last week I left you with the idea to start thinking about what we want to work on in therapy. You're here for a reason, and I would love to get that identified so we can work on strategies to get it fixed. Because, um, do you guys really want to be in therapy for the rest of your lives? No, no. So, I think it'd be great if we could all cohesively form a plan to get you out and hopefully fix some stuff along the way. Does that sound good?
Mhm.
All right. All right. So, Tina, can you tell me about what happened the past week?
Well, let's see. Same old same. I went to school, which was actually not the same old same. That's the only thing that changed. Um, and didn't get like sent home or anything weird. Just did the stuff, and basically came home to her being bummed out because he wasn't coming home, and then he would come home and she would be mad because he smelled bad or was late or both, usually both. And then they would yell and fight, and then Gene and I would just kind of wander somewhere else and try not to listen.
Okay. Ted, what do you think? What went down this past week?
I mean, Linda's been on my case again, so I don't think much has changed from last week. But we did get in a fight, like she's saying. I know she's been going to school. I've been checking in on her, calling the school every once in a while, so she'll get off my back. So
That's good. That's good. That's a start. What was the fight about? I want to hear about it from your perspective, and then Linda, I'll ask you.
I guess I had worked literally all day. I left the house at 5:30, got back to the house around 6. So I was at work all day. I stopped in for a drink with my friends at the bar. And by the time I had gotten home, she was pissed at me already. So she was coming out the gates, coming out hot. There was nothing I could do that would have made her happy. And so she was pissed at me that she had dinner on the table and I was a little late. And so she just lost it, and I wasn't having it. I'd been out in the sun all day. I was exhausted, and so, yeah.
All right. Linda, what happened?
Well,
Hey, Ted, I want this to be a respectful environment, and I think that Linda did listen to you. Could you listen to her?
I know what she's going to say.
I know, but humor me.
Sure.
So that's what I deal with. I that night put effort in to all be together as a family, and he knew I was gonna cook dinner, and he thinks that I wasn't doing anything on top of that all day that day. I work too, and I took the kids to school, and I made sure that they got home on time, and they were excited to all have dinner together, and then he doesn't show up, of course. And then when he comes home, he acts like we're all just annoying him instead of actually like appreciating that we want to spend time with him.
Okay. So it sounds like past week we made a few small victories and then some steps back. So when you came to me last week, you said you're starting the divorce proceedings. What do you want to be the end game out of this therapy? If you're getting a divorce, do you want the successful divorce to be your end game? Do you want to get the family back together? Can you financially handle a divorce and supporting the children separately?
Why don't you ask who filed for the divorce in the first place?
Who filed for the divorce?
I did.
You did? Okay. Can you tell me your rationale for that?
Honestly, I don't really want a divorce, but I want him to realize that I'm serious about this just sucking.
Okay. So it sounds like divorce may not be the thing that we are wanting to head toward, perhaps. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
For me, probably not.
You don't want to? How come?
I mean, world now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want that to happen for our kids. I would like us to be one big happy family, and I don't want to like go through court and everything because I know it's gonna just be awful.
Right. Court's expensive. Court is expensive, so you have to take that into account if that's something you want to pursue. Ted, what do you want to be the end game out of this? What do you want?
I just want her off my back. I never said I wanted a divorce. I never said that this is where I wanted to end up. All that I've been doing is trying to provide for my family and keep her off my back.
So it sounds like I don't think we want to head towards divorce. I think that Linda used divorce as a way to get your attention. Is that right? Or mostly?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like if you guys aren't wanting to head towards divorce, what is something else that we could head towards instead? Are we wanting, because we're kind of, if you're wanting to start divorce proceedings, then it's something that's going to have to get started or ended. So if we want to work towards being a happy family again, what are we going to have to do? You tell me. What do you think? Tina, what do you think?
What are we gonna have to do to be happy again?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Win the lottery and get at least one new parent,
Okay.
because this ain't working.
I want to make a realistic goal for your whole family. I want something you guys can all work towards to kind of start picking up the pieces, essentially. And I know that can be frustrating and it can be hard. And it may not be something that you initially want to do, but as we just identified, we don't know if divorce is our right option right now.
Well, hell, if you both want to get rid of me, I'll just go.
I just feel like I don't have any control over any of it. So, like, getting asked that question was like,
Well, if we're in family therapy, I think everybody should have an opinion, so.
anybody else hear that? My opinion is that you guys are making us miserable. So, like, please work on yourselves. That's my goal for therapy. Like, not to be miserable anymore.
Maybe, sounds like we need to start thinking more positively about some things. And it's hard. I get that. But perhaps we could start thinking, you know what? Dad does work long hours every day. Positive thing is you get money from that. That helps the family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you both hear that?
The positive thing about Linda being at home is she's able to take care of the house. She's able to keep it in order. She also has her hairstyling business. That's a source of income. Positive thing, like last week, Tina started going to school. She has a bright future. I think that we just need to start thinking a little more positively, and it's not going to happen right off. Maybe focus on one thing. You find yourself getting mad in the next week. Maybe think about how can I turn this around to be a little more positive? How can I make this be a good occurrence for the family? So next time you think about fighting next week, think about what am I going to get out of this? So I want to challenge you guys really to start thinking about how we can start turning things around to be a little more positive and making sure that everyone gets their equal chance. What do you guys think about that?
That's fine.
Fine? Is it really?
I don't think he really needs to think more positively of himself, but the kids and I can definitely do that.
I think, like I said, I want everyone to start thinking more positively without tearing each other down. I know it's hard.
How about more positively about the family as a whole, so
Okay.
he doesn't just focus on himself?
Okay. We can start being a more family-oriented family instead of self-oriented. We can try that.
Yeah, because we're awesome and you have no idea about it.
So maybe, I challenge you next week to find one thing where you find yourself getting angry or upset or thinking about the negative and turn that around to positive. And I want you to come back and tell me about that event when we meet together again next week. How does that sound?
Hard, but good.
It's going to be hard. I absolutely agree it's going to be hard, but I think it's something that you guys need to do. Does that make sense? All right. I'll see you again next week.